Our story you'll see only on NBC 12. A Chesterfield mother trying to visit her son in prison claims a routine pat-down from a correctional officer went way too far.
She complained to the Department of Corrections only to be told within days she's no longer able to visit her son. Now, we do want to warn you that some of the language in this report is disturbing. Brent Solomon's the only reporter that mother is sitting down with right now. Brent?
Heather Kurtz, she tells me this left her humiliated and violated, forcing her to get counseling. She took the issue to state police, but state police referred her right back to the Department of Corrections.
I've been stripped of my child again.
For more than a decade, Marla Crawford has visited her son at the Deep Meadow Correctional Center. But back in October, she says something strange happened when she went through security.
And as she was petting me down my leg, her hands went up into my vagina, and I thought immediately maybe it was a mistake because I had never experienced that in 14 and a half years.
She touched that area.
She touched that area.
She came back to see her son the following week.
On the 7th, when I went back to visit again, she touched that area again, and then she told me to shake my boobies, and she took her hands and she flicked my left side of my breast.
Same person? Same
person.
That's when Crawford says she reported it to a supervisor.
He said, oh, she's very good, and she confiscates a lot of our drugs.
2 weeks later, she returned only to find the same correctional officer was still there.
So before going into this facility, I advised them that I'm not going to let her touch me again.
That's when another officer offered to do the pat down. After Crawford finished visiting her son that day, she was told this.
They banned me for 6 months.
She claims it's retaliation for reporting the officer, so she had an attorney get involved. This is how the prison responded. The decision made regarding Miss Crawford's visiting privileges had nothing to do with the accusations made on her behalf, but solely on the disruptive behavior she displayed instead. Prison officials saying in letters we obtained they reviewed surveillance video, which reinforced their decision. Crawford says she was never disruptive and asked to look at the video, but was told no because it's being used in the investigation.
I want them to apologize. I want them to allow me to see my son. I feel like they're treating me as the person that committed the offense and treating her as if she was a victim.
All right, she's now calling for that officer to be removed. After going back and forth with the prison, Crawford says this month officials finally offered to let her visit her son, but through a glass where they could only talk by phone. She says that would involve moving him to a separate facility. So the limited contact restriction remains in place until the end of April. I made contact today with a spokesperson who tells me they're looking into this. On your side, Brent Solomon, NBC 12.